So when I ordered movies on Black Friday, for some reason they bought the wrong movie. We were supposed to get this other movie called Kingsman, but we got this movie, the first Purge. It's absolutely one of the worst movies ever made. The first Purge is another one of the Purge franchise. If you don't know what the Purge is about, it's basically this like 10-hour period where all crime, including murder, is legal. Except for, of course, politicians, and much we'll talk about the election year movie. But the Purge movies are either bad or good, depending on the entry. This movie is bad. The Purge franchise has the second one is obviously the best in the series, but the rest kind of pale in comparison, and are mostly mediocre movies. The first Purge is essentially a movie that just is another horror movie. It is another one of these movies that just why do they exist? Why are they here? It's not as bad as the Escape Room movie, or of course, some other movies that have come out this year that are also supposed to be horror movies but really aren't. Like Escape Room. Escape Room was terrible. But the first Purge is easily the worst horror movie of last year. It's made by Universal. Now let's get into the movie. So basically, these people want to make a thing called the New Founding Fathers want to test this thing called the Purge, and to allow anybody to sign up. And of course, all the gangs and all the people and all the residents of the Staten Island who don't want to leave. You know, they could have left. They said they could have left the island, but instead they have stayed in like bunker in like their homes and stuff, or in a church. And basically, it's an isolated community, but we're in the violence of. And then basically, this crazy guy attacks some other guy, and he wants to go into the purge to kill the crazy guy. He goes and confronts crazy guy because once, and he runs away from him, and then his sister gets gets hit by gets found by a crazy guy. Crazy guy does not die, but he gets knocked out. The other guy leaves the purge, and then weird guys start showing up. Crazy people like the Joker start showing up, and then the film that starts going out all racist. Yes, this is a movie about race and politics. Yes, this is why the title. This is why this movie sucks. Okay, and we have people dressed up in Nazi suits going on and trying to kill everybody, and people dressed in KKK uniforms killing people. It's just why the KKK is barely non-existent anymore. There's only like 500 members that are left in the world. No, not 500, but there's not many. It's not used to be like in the 1900s, or there were at least a million. It's not many. The KKK is not even that big of an organization. Same thing with neo Nazis, was slightly broader than the KKK, but it's just why. The first part is easily one of the worst movies of the year. It's just another racist movie, and the first movies were always on the TV, just why or just not that great. But first part really just pushed it ahead and say, yep, let's make the movie about race and race alone. Um, but the first half of the movie is just they found out nothing was happening, so they sent all these people down to do more stuff to happen. So of course, it's easily one of the worst movies of last year. Don't watch this movie. It's not worth your time unless you really like this franchise. The even the IMDb score is only 5.1, and come on, this is the 21st century. I thought we were done with being racist towards other groups of people. I bet if they made a, I bet if the races were reversed, we all know who will be complaining. I think racist movies should be a thing of the past. No matter towards white people Asians, blacks, and all other races on the planet, unless it's for at least satirical purposes, like in Blazing Saddles. So, Blazing Saddles is an example of satirical racism, a movie literally actually is making fun of racism, and a movie that's just racist in general and is trying on purpose to be racist, and that's essentially what this movie is. So overall, do not get this movie. It's not worth your time. And this stuff's like every other modern horror movie. It's not. They're not even. It's just blood fest and a murder fest. Like literally most modern horror movies ever, with a few exceptions.